We are finally live there. Fucking hell, bro. Honestly, do you know what it is? Just out of I'm fucking rusty with missing the last show.
Can't
Yeah,
get the
which I'm
fucking
gonna.
staff.
I know this. I'm gonna have to apologise. But better late than never. What we're only rolling 4 minutes late for our currently 0 viewers. But it's build it and they will come, mate. And that's what I say. Um, right, we'll be back with people on the other side of this. Yes, people, what is good? It's Blunt and Matty back with another episode of The Belt. Apologies for the last one not coming off a fortnight ago, but, some things can't be helped, can they, bro? How we doing? You all right?
Good man, you.
Yeah. It's. I think, so obviously it'll be pretty much a month since we've done this, so a lot's happened. There's a
It
lot
is,
to talk
mate.
about.
It is.
There's a lot to talk about. Just before we go any further, obviously, we are part of the Gas family. So we've got Gas the Badge on a Tuesday night, Gas the Belt every other Wednesday, and then the flagship podcast, Gas podcast every Thursday. They're all at 9 o'clock live. So do not forget to like, share, subscribe. It's massively appreciated. It really helps us out with what we're trying to build here. And if you do enjoy the content, yeah, we're gonna send them round, just. But I'm still getting used to the way this camera's mirrored. So if I'm not pointing at Matty there, I'm insane in a way. I've got a midget mixing me a cocktail. Yeah, so I don't know. I suppose the best place to start, mate, is most recent events. So we've had a big event of the weekend, haven't we? We've had the rematch.
We have.
I'll be honest with you. From what we saw in the first fight back in, was it April now? I think it was April.
Mate, yeah.
Yeah, time flies, but I think it's a serious fight of the year contender. The first one, wasn't it? And
yeah,
the second fight was always going to have big shoes to fill. Obviously, we sort of bumped heads and talked about how we thought it'd go beforehand, and I think you were. I don't think I know. I don't think I know. You were way ahead of me on that one. From how I saw it going.
Not the first time, bro. But we're not going there. We're not going there. There was no money. There was no money involved in this one.
I've still got this fucking mute button,
A lonely podcast, isn't it, bro?
Yeah. So obviously we saw what happened. Just share with everyone what you thought was going to happen in the fight.
Pretty much, mate. What I said to you, the first fight, Connor Benn, you could see that it was anger, all the frustration of the band, like fucking Eubank winding up the egg thing. It was more like it was just a fucking free for all, mate. It was just like he just wanted to him. Do you know what I mean? But
that's understandable. Yeah.
He played into Eubank's hands up because do you know what I mean? He's always going to get the better of him, like coming out the clinch. He's the bigger man. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and then obviously at the weekend, Eubank, the only way he could have any success, mate, is he tried to get him into a brawl again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said to you, I said Connor will come in and he'll have a game plan. He'll box him, and Eubank, he was just a fucking shell when he was like,
yeah.
Go on.
I was just going to say, let me touch on what you just said there about Ben coming in and boxing there, because I think I think I'd be forgiven for not thinking he had that in his locker.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, mate. It wasn't like he was boxing like a great. Do you know what I mean? But all he had to do.
Just about to say, we don't want to get carried away.
No.
It was like fucking Terence Crawford. Do you know what
I mean? No. It wasn't. It was like, he just out. But the same with every time anyone's turned up and boxed Eubank Junior, mate. After round one, he doesn't know what to do. Yeah. Everyone that he's been beat by turned up and boxed him.
Yeah. Well, we were talking as well, weren't we, like examples of this, and obviously the earliest example was Billy Joe Saunders. Now,
Yeah,
obviously, in terms of boxing ability between Billy Joe Saunders and Chris Eubank Jr., there is just the solar system, isn't there? You know,
yeah,
and
it's
obviously,
absolute worlds apart, mate. Obviously, Billy
a
Joy,
bit,
he'd already won the fight, and he's, you know what I mean, like
well,
Eubank's got an
yeah,
engine on him, and like back then, obviously, he was a lot younger. Do you know what I mean? And it's
mm,
like
but
it's like
Billy Joe never had the engine. No, he never had the engine,
no,
did he? You know,
he never did.
he never
But
no engine,
I think he
no
knew.
power, nothing.
Yeah, I think he knew that as Billy Joe wanted to do, he just wanted to win the fight comfortably, going into like the second half of the fight, steal around here and
Mm,
then, and he probably knew that Eubank couldn't knock him out. Do you know what I mean?
mm, yeah, but he still needed one of them last 6 rounds, didn't he? In
Yeah,
the end,
yeah.
like, he won the first one, but he
To
blew a
make
gasket.
sure, yeah. But like
But
I
like you
say,
say,
like I think Eubank only he took the second fight because obviously it'll been in the contract. You know what I mean? It'll been some like he had to be he had to do both the fights to
mm,
get all his money or something like that. But
I,
it's like the rehydration clause, mate. Like in the second fight, they said if he come in over, it's $1 million fine. If he was that
mm,
worried about his health, mate, he's getting paid a lot of money.
yeah,
Why wouldn't he just come in
yeah,
over to feel comfortable? But
yeah. That's true.
but it's like everyone's saying, like he's been boxing at that weight his last 7 fights, mate, and there is rehydration clauses, like
Mm,
even with every fight. Do you know what I mean? And it's like
mm.
there's not much difference. It's just the first one he got it very wrong, and this one I think he overdid it.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad summary, to be
Probably
honest with
that
you.
big
But
dressing gown he had a Deontay Wilder affected him.
the fucking the marshmallow. He looked
Yeah,
like Stay Puft Marshmallow, man, a fucking
yeah.
Ghostbusters, innit? But you know,
You
I
know,
think
like
whilst you mentioned it, just
every one night stand you've had dressing gown.
yeah. But I think just while you mentioned the ring walk there, I think like when I see 50 Cent, I was like, fuck, I was like, that's a big move getting 50 to like walk you out and that. And then like as the
Yeah,
fight was like maybe 3-4 rounds deep, you just see 50 Cent's face just looking up like as if I've
I'm
just
glad I put
fucking
$1 million on
walked.
Ben.
Yeah, as if I've just walked him out here. Do you know what I mean? But like,
Uh,
so like
and
they
his
said,
dad thinking, oh, who's this? Who's this fucking geezer?
do you think like so? Where I mean, it was a poor performance from you back then. Everyone's banging on about the weight cut was
It's
just
not.
too much for him
Thing
this
is,
time.
Ben made it a proof of it because, like I said, as soon as after the first round, you could see he didn't know what to do. He thought
Mm.
he tried to, and Ben nearly fell for it in a couple of rounds, tried to drag him into a brawl.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And
well,
that's the only way he could beat him.
yeah. Like Tony Simsel said in that Connor Benn one, he said like you got through into a dogfight first time. But like you say, I
Yeah,
know we threw shade at Chris Eubank Jr.'s boxing ability, but I will say he is a good fighter. Do you know what I mean?
he's a good fighter, man.
As far
He's a
as
tough
standing in
kid.
the pocket, and
It's like in
yeah,
the end said, which I agree with. Like in the last round, he didn't have to get up. He knew he was already beat. Do you know what I mean? He didn't have to get
mm,
up, but he did. But like
that's it, yeah.
I'm just glad that wasn't out faster because he probably stopped it at about round 3.
I think Potter Boxer said we're not sure who the ref's going to be, but if it's our Foster, we'll all be in bed by fucking 9:10.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I did notice as well, which occurred to me, even domestic events, you don't normally see the ring walk 10:15, but we were ready to go
I
quite
always thought
early doors, weren't we?
it was
Like
very
I
early,
enjoyed.
mate.
I enjoyed like the sort of earlier schedule. I mean, even though I'm not going to sit here and quarrel about being like up at
Mm.
fucking 11:30 watching boxing, because me and you have sat there at 7 o'clock in the morning, like for instance, waiting for the end of all the fallout of fucking Canelo and Crawford, when we were sat like the fucking birds were singing and all sorts. But like,
We won't say
I,
what day
I kind of
we won't say what day we actually went home.
but yeah, probably before the Mexicans from Vegas.
Yeah.
um, but and I thought it was a decent undercard as well. And I thought like it raced through it. There was some decent scraps on there, but it was just a nice feeling just looking up, thinking, "Hey, fucking hell, we're underway. We're underway before 10 o'clock."
I said the exact same thing when I was watching it. I was like, "Fuck me!" I said that they're getting through this sharp. I you like.
So yeah, I mean, obviously
Well,
the
like you
layman won.
say,
There's no qualms there. But what I just want to say is like I'll give you Eubank his props as well. He was very sort of magnanimous and gracious in defeat.
yeah, he
He
was.
give the man his
He,
credit. He took it
He
on
had
the
a little
chin.
hint though,
No
mate.
pun
A little hint of
intended.
like, oh, I've had certain things going on, troubles, blah blah. That'll probably come on the next few
Well,
weeks. But it's like,
yeah, we don't
if
know,
it's
do
that
we?
bad,
But
then don't then fucking cancel the fight. You know what I mean? And
it'll be in his book.
he's you know that superstar family member he's got, Harlem. You know him who like the pay-per-view
Oh,
guy.
his cousin.
Yeah, the pay-per-view guy. Everyone would say he was on Talksport
Yeah.
and he was hinting on it as well. And then like they're asking him, so what is it? Was it? And then he just admitted it. It was like, well, do you know what I mean?
He probably does. He probably doesn't know himself, to be honest with you, mate.
No,
Like
I know.
it's. But like you say, it could be a bit of kidology. It could be a bit of sort of like bruised ego.
The
Because
only
he got
thing
such
I
a
think of,
spanking.
mate, you know, Steve's going to be a dad in less than an East. That's what I think of.
Well, that was it. One it? Like you said, he's having twins and whatnot.
Like I say, mate, you
But
might have found
if
out
they,
they're not East.
well, put
You
it
know what I
this
mean?
way.
Might have found out they're Connor Benn.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ. Right, we've already had one fucking egg scandal with these two. Like, we don't need another one. But,
Different type of egg, bro.
yeah. Different type of soldier. But nah, I'd like to say it was a decent event. Like, do you know, like the thing for me, like looking at the fallout and watching, obviously, the mainstream media fallout from it. I mean, I like really, really still enjoyed the fight, even though it was one-sided.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know whether it was because I wanted him to get his revenge, and now, I'll be honest, that was purely based on him talking over Eddie Hearn when he tried to mention Ricky
Yeah.
Hatton. At that point,
Yeah.
I just thought, you're a fucking dickhead, and I do not want you to win this next
I've
fight.
never really liked the way he's
don't.
carried himself throughout his career, mate, to be honest with you. He's like even like slagging everyone off, mate. Nigel Benn brought it up in the press conference, then he said like we would never ever slag our promoters off people who were making us rich, put money in our banks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know, it's like
But
the thing with
he's
Eddie Head, blaming
he's
Eddie Head
obviously
for his
got.
ambulance thing and all that. It's like, and Eddie Head's like, say it, then say it. It's like, and he started court proceedings against him. So it's like, you can't say things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, these men are making you a very, very rich man.
Yeah, it's one of them. Like he obviously dislikes Eddie Hearn for whatever reason, and the bit that I've seen come out as well in the build up Eddie Hearn said about. Did you see what he said about his old fella's 60th, about Barry Hearn's 60th, and he'd invited
Yeah.
Chris Eubank because obviously Barry Hearn thinks a lot of him, and his first straight away is their appearance fee. He's like, no, he regards you as like one of his like oldest, like closest colleagues. Oh well, will you pay for me driver? And you just think, fucking hell, like, am I doing the wrong thing in life? You know, like being like a good
Well,
loyal
there's
friend.
obviously the
And,
rumor into that Tech, he paid him $250,000 to turn up at
well,
the first fight.
that's where it came about, isn't it? And I just think like obviously everything that happened in the build up of both fights, I think where the promoter's concerned, I think the gloves come off a bit. But no, good event. I really enjoyed the undercard. Obviously, the right man won, despite the fact it was a really one-sided fight. I enjoyed it. I really
Tell
did.
you what, though, mate, one of
the
the judges was controversial, wasn't he?
right. Let me ask you, thank you for bringing me back to that, because one of the things I did say to you, and I did say to Buckstar, and if he's watching that, how you doing, bro? Is how the fuck, right? I know it's very rare you would see a 120 scorecard, but how did not one of those three judges have Connor Benn winning every single round? Because I don't even think there was a draw.
spoke about this straight after,
There was a draw in there
didn't
for me. And even if it's a draw, it's a 10-point must system. It's a 10-10, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Thing is, it's like you've got a welterweight who's jumped up and he's pushing you around the ring. Do you know what I mean? For 12 rounds.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like whenever Eubank tried to come forward, he's straight away he was just like out of ideas. He's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, he snuffed him out because he was like, you seen, like you were saying yourself, you've seen him try to set the little traps, but he's not that fighter that can set effective traps. He can try and set basic ones, but you're going to see it coming a mile off, and obviously like Connor Benn did.
Thing is, like Connor got caught with a couple, and I was shouting at him, you don't need to do that. Like, but he must have thought, well, he's hit me with it early doors, and like there's nothing there, so it wasn't troubling. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't throw one. He didn't throw one combination that I can remember, Chris Eubank, in that fight.
No, because you know why? He couldn't get
a straight 1-2.
he couldn't get his jab going because obviously the feints is the first thing I noticed, the way he was feinting constantly, and he was switching up as well. There was no pattern there. It wasn't like three and then I'll throw, three and I'll throw.
He's trying to triple jab, mate, in it, but it was like, why are you triple jabbing? You're like, you're not like not even range fan. You know what I mean? It's like you triple jabbing and then like you straight on the back foot. You just you triple jabbing to set him up. It's like you're setting a trap for yourself.
Yeah, and I think the way Connor used them feints, it just kept his jab, it kept Eubank's jab a bit, and it kept him off balance. And like you say, it kept him out of ideas. But as far as like what it says now, like everyone is gonna naturally say, "Oh, the rematch." But Connor Benn was adamant when he said, "No," he said, "This is me done now." And I think the fashion in which the second results come about, you don't really need. If it was another close, really fucking brutal turn-up fight, you'd probably want to see it again, only for the entertainment, not for the fact that it's shaving fucking 5 year apiece off each fella's life.
I mean, it may be, mate, when it was first meant to happen 2 years. I mean, 2 years is a lot to a fighter. Do you know what I mean? Like, like you don't know. Like both fighters have been 2 years younger. You might have got the trilogy, but no, you won't. Connor will go down to 147, probably fight. What's his face? So Pacquiao beat, but got the draw.
Oh, Barrios.
And
Barrios, he's another one of them where he's all right, he's good, but he's not like.
I think Ben and Haney.
He's not that. He's not that level. Well, it's Garcia that he's been going back and forwards with on.
Garcia came out. Is it today? Garcia said he wants to fight in the UK. And,
well, he said I'm 2-0 against Ernst fighters. He said I'd like to make it 3 in the stadium over there, but. I don't know if you remember, do you know when Ring Magazine had that big gala in London? I did early this year, maybe late last year, and they were all present. And when they were all coming out, Connor Benn and fucking Ryan Garcia went at it a bit outside.
Yeah, they did.
Started off as a bit of a, you're all right, and then obviously the fucking.
Was that the same night he was arguing with Kell Brook? I think it was, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. I mean, well, what do you expect when you stick all these fucking like current and then recently retired fighters in the same? Do you know, like whoever thought that? Like, it'll have been in some proper plush fucking like London establishment as well. Yeah. And I bet they just looked at the clientele and like the guest list and just fucking put the fine china away. Yeah, get the plastic. Get the plastic cups out. It's going to go fucking mental in here.
Shot a cluster bomb in that room. Fucking run off.
Well, I think like obviously Connor Benn, he might struggle getting back down to 147 and be strong after being at 154 and 160 for a good couple of years. If he does, surely Barrios has to be the target.
He will be the target, mate, because he is. I think that's how he can get a win against him, can't he? Because Pacquiao,
I think out of all of them, we've got 107-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Out of all of the main players at 147, I think that's where I'd be looking at. And obviously, what he's done there is he's made himself a big draw. He's made himself the money man.
Exactly, mate.
You know what I mean? And sometimes like the paper draw screams more than belts. Do you know what I mean? Like fighters, sometimes fighters want.
It'll be probably Spurs Stadium again, and he'll probably fill it. Do you know what I mean? Or like any other stadium, because if you fill it twice, and let's face it, like probably 90% of the people there, mate, were like wanting to see Connor Benn win. Do you know what I mean? And it's like if you can fill it, you think? Where did he go, mate?
Retire. Well, I don't understand. I don't know where he would go.
I think so, mate. Because
nothing. Go on.
He can't go up to shoot. He can't go up to shoot middle because he'll get absolutely mauled by anyone in the top 10.
Well,
he can't stay where he's at, where he's been fighting all his career
because he can't make 160 anymore. It's too dangerous. So you go 168. Yeah. He's in that weird catch weight thing at the moment. Anyway, sort of 164, 165 be perfect for him. But the problem is, like, size wise, he'd probably struggle at 168. But there's one hell of a fucking gatekeeper stood at the gates of 168 at the moment, in the form of Terence Crawford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would basically just use him as fucking target.
It was actually in his dressing room as well, and he just sat in the car and think, what the fuck am I doing here?
No, well, he had Bormack on board, didn't he? And like, do you know what's mental as well? Like having someone like Bormack on board, I expected a lot better game plan. Or did he have the game plan? And he just didn't listen to it, because when I was trying to listen to the corner in between rounds, he was trying to get it, but it just didn't look like he was
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, man.
was tuned in, like he was paying attention. Do you remember when
if you
AJ
go
was
back,
just fucking like when AJ was just fucking gazing into space when Robert McCracken towards the end of their relationship?
remember, go back a couple of years, mate, when Eubank Jr. was saying that he doesn't need a trainer and all this fucking bollocks.
Oh, yes. I remember
You know
that,
what I mean? And it's like, is it like, does that still stick in his head? He's thinking like, well, I can't do the game plan you give me, so I'm just going to fucking do what I can.
Yeah. And
because
then
that's
you
the
look
thing I can do.
And then you look a few years later, he's been through more trainers than fucking Moses Kiptanui. For anyone who doesn't know, is a very long distance runner. But yeah, so like, and then like you say, Eubank should probably retire. Ben is going to go and try and get down to 147. We'll see where it's at, but we're not going to hear anything about that until probably he might want to strike while the iron's hot, and we might Eddie Hearn will be trying to make fights now because obviously he'll want to strike while the iron's hot and like say keep the cash cow alive.
I think why is he 29? I think would like say if they can like agree with the Barrios camp that they're going to fight probably maybe March 1, March, April time now.
Yeah.
Like he could start trying to get down that over the next, slowly, and then he might be comfortable getting back down there. It's his natural way, do you know what I mean? And he's never struggled to get there, has he? Do you know what I mean?
No, but like I say, he's a few years older now since he boxes that weight, and obviously your body gets naturally bigger, it fills out. But yeah, I guess we'll see what's to come. So obviously, before we get to early next year for what the sports got in store for Connor Benn, I just want to draw your attention to the bottom of the screen here, right? The boxing circus.
You've got it the wrong way around as well, mate. It's Jake Paul versus AJ.
No, I haven't. I refuse to put that cunt before him. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying what the boy said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also as well, if you looked at the poster, right? You know what they're calling the event Judgment Day. Did you see them miss the D out and it just said Judgment Day?
Mate,
I swear to God, if you look at it,
I don't know what else to say about this fight, mate. It's fucking dangerous.
I think it's gone too far.
Mate, people don't get it, man. It's like it could end like it could put boxing fucking 10 years back.
Yeah, you're right. Especially if he kills him. Because, like I say, like I look at all these Jake Paul fights, right? And obviously, there's been a smattering of celebrities. There's been a smattering of sort of retired MMA fighters. You've had the only legit boxer he'd fought at the time, obviously, was Tommy Fury, and I think he's fucking useless, and he managed to outpoint him. But obviously, AJ's on the decline, which every fighter does. AJ's has been a bit steeper than most heavyweight greats. Two-time fucking unified heavyweight champion and whatnot. But at the end of the day, Jake Paul has not been in there with anywhere near the level of even someone where AJ's at now.
Do you know what people aren't getting, mate? Right? It's like he's had no amateur career. He's had no like guided professional career. It's not about it's about the hits he's took, mate. He hasn't been hit. Do you know what I mean? And it's like
that's it.
That's the big problem. Like when I was boxing, I was young. It's like when you get hit, mate, you learn how to like take certain shots. He hasn't had none of that. He hasn't been hit.
Yeah.
He hasn't been hit flush by anyone.
And obviously,
you're going in against someone who Jake Paul saying that he was scared of Francis Ngannou. Look what AJ did to him. Do you know what I mean? He's
it doesn't bode well. It's
a size difference. Have you seen them stood next to each other, like in the photos and stuff?
No. Do you know what I seen? I seen a clip right where he was stood, and it's obviously Jake Paul just being Jake Paul. He had the cardboard cut out of Gervonta Davis, like the actual size, and then him in the middle, and then the cardboard cut out of Anthony Joshua. And then you look at the height difference there. And obviously, Jake Paul, he's not going to. Well, do you know? I fucking.
What a turnaround that is! He was going to fight a midget. Now it's gone complete opposite.
I was just going to say I fucking hate myself for talking in terms of Jake Paul isn't natural heavyweight because he isn't a natural fucking anything. Do you know what I mean? He's a natural internet personality, I suppose.
He's a natural fucking knobber.
Do you know someone Adam Cattrall does the MMA on TNT, used to be BT.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen him, but he summed it up perfectly. He said, "This is dangerous," he said, because if Anthony Joshua doesn't just walk in and blast him out, right, then boxing looks stupid, right? If he walks in, blasts him out, and hurts him severely, then the whole
boxing's a loser. Boxing's a loser, no matter what.
Either way, it doesn't. The only way boxing wins is for people like us that finally get to see this fucker splattered and just just go away and do something else with your time.
You all fight each other and leave the pros alone.
Yeah, just do the Misfits thing, because I like what they've got going on over there. The thing about Misfits for me is they're not pretending to be anything that they're not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're fighting their own level, mate, and do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Their own world.
They're not trying to dip into the boxing world and say, well, that's done wrong and this should be fixed. And
by the way, it's 10-ounce gloves as well. You fought Mike Tyson with fucking...
Is it 10-ounce gloves?
10-ounce gloves.
Joshua?
10-ounce gloves. He fought Mike Tyson with fucking 12-ounce gloves on.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? And this is another outcome, right? Is obviously we know the fights were scripted, and that's why the Gervonta Davis fight didn't happen in it. You know, like everyone's brought it down. Obviously, Bookstar sent us the video where it's basically a case of he basically sat there on the stage, highlighted that it was scripted, said it wasn't going to go to script, and once he went off the script in the press conference, Jake Paul must be thinking, well, he's going to go off script in the fight, and how stupid am I going to look when this fucking 135-pounder knocks me fucking senseless, which I do believe Gervonta Davis would have done to Jake Paul.
I said it from day one. He'd do it and lose all his money because he's that type of guy, isn't he?
Yeah, and then you seen his face as well when he had that. What's his little fucking cohort called? The YouTuber, is it Aiden Ross? Apologies if we got that wrong, but I'm not that tuned into that world. And he got him to stand up and ask the question, try and make the bet for 50 grand, and then and he just called the bluff again, and he's like, right, go make it $500,000, and then he's like, he said, make $1 million. He said, I'll bet you $1 million as well. He said, what about you? You know, the fucking guy that runs this MVP who's always mouthing off at Eddie, the fucking playboy looking fella, and he said, what about you? He said, you back you boy. He's like, I'll bet you $1 million as well, and you just seen all of them sort of go, fuck, like this isn't going to go the way we wanted it to go. He's just come in and said, yeah, I'll do that, and then he sat there and went, no, I ain't going to do what you tell me. They fucking Rage Against the Machines in it. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
I bet you always like saying. Go on,
and then all of a sudden, Gervonta Davis is out the picture because he isn't playing ball. And then Anthony Joshua's in. And that gets me to thinking, well, is Anthony Joshua going to turn around and sort of take it? Has he had that many losses now where he just thinks, fuck it, 100 million, 110 million, whatever it might be, the split, right? I'll fucking take a dive against this fella and ride off into sunset with another 110.
I honestly,
if he does that, then boxing loses again. Do you know what I mean? The only way boxing can win this, right, is if Anthony Joshua walks in there inside one round, flattens him, but doesn't seriously hurt him.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say, mate. Like, it's him just hard enough for him to not want to get back up.
Just that sort of fuck around and find out type. Do you know what I mean? And just
mate, if he throws a shot that he thinks just hard, but he walks onto it because he's not even amateur. Do you know what I mean? Then it could end very badly.
It's a dangerous place to be because obviously there's been numerous heavyweight boxers. Some of them not very good. Some of them former greats, right? That have taken the Anthony Joshua punch and been decked, and they're people who know how to roll with punches and ride punches and take punches. Do you know what I mean? And this
has been doing it all our life, mate.
Because Jake Paul has not been in there with anyone that can still throw a serviceable professional boxing punch.
If Anthony Joshua, it's Jake Paul with them punches he and Ghana with, mate, that he could break his neck. That's how serious it is.
Mate, I tell you what, he could hit him so hard, right, that the fucking Disney Channel goes offline. I swear to God, it really could. And like I say, the last thing you want, I want him out the sport, but I don't want him in a fucking.
Yeah, no, I didn't ever want to see that, mate. I mean,
do you know what I mean?
I praise anyone who's got the balls to step at the ring, mate, but I just think there's there's like, yeah, believe in yourself, mate. Because he thinks that he's going to be able to catch Joshua, right? But believe me, mate, like everyone says,
Yeah,
oh, Joshua hasn't got a chin. Believe me, mate, he can take 8 punches.
yeah. That's
You
what I'm
know what I
saying.
mean? He's took bigger shots than that, mate. And like, the thing is, mate, he ain't going to get anywhere near the man to land that shot. The size difference, mate, is astronomical. It's like it's got like a 1.5 fucking his arms on him in reach advantage. It's mental.
Do you know what though? As much as we sit here and slag it off, because it shouldn't be happening. It really shouldn't. And like,
I'll
I
watch it,
hate
like.
this. Oh, no, you just took the words out of my mouth. Like, as much as we sit here and slag it off, like, it's going to be one of the things where you watch it thinking, I hope the only possible outcome, what we've just discussed, occurs. And if it's one of them where you just see him flatline, or you just
Yeah.
fucking his eyes roll in the back of his head, it's just going to be one of them where you're like, oh fuck no, like why have you done this? Why is your ego so big? You think you can get in the ring with him, and why have you even
The
fucking
thing is, as
thought
well, mate, it's
about
like a
jumping
big
in with
risk
Jake
for
Paul? Like
Jake
why?
Paul.
But why is AJ? What's going through AJ's mind? Do you think it's just a case of they've offered him more money than he can turn down, and all he has to do realistically is gauge his power? Put the drill on the right set and not to go right through the wall, if that's
Yeah.
a serviceable
But
metaphor.
it's hard to do though, mate. Like how does he judge how hard he's hitting someone? That I'm hitting him
Yeah,
hard enough. Do you know what I mean? It's like
yeah. And
one
what?
little tweak. He might land one and then think, oh, I'll put a little bit more. That might be too much.
Yeah, exactly. And what happens as well, right? What happens as well? Because he probably look, AJ is going to get hit by Jake Paul because AJ gets hit by everyone. Do you know what I mean? It might not do any damage, but what if he stings him with one that's a little bit harder than he thought, or have you? And the red mist just descends as
Yeah,
it does naturally
gets
with people
angry
when
and
they get
thinks,
clocked.
yeah,
And he
yeah.
catches one, he just thinks, oh, fuck off. And then he's like, oh, no. Now he's
That,
dead.
yeah, I've done that myself, mate. You see it happen.
Yeah, I remember Matthew.
Don't bring my pets into it, mate.
Sorry. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Matty had a pet moth that we
God
christened
rest his
Matthew.
soul.
Matthew, yeah, God bless him. Yeah, he just
Matthew
left
Junior.
yeah, he left that candle there and in your brother, and none of us saw the pitfalls. No, but
Yeah.
like I say, I'll be watching it. I will be watching it, but it'll be one of those things that when you drive past the car.
I'll watch it, mate. Like for the sake of boxing, watching it. Like he needs to just stop it
Yeah,
fast. Like
yeah,
a little short, little check left hook or something on the way in. Do you know what I mean? Just like
yeah. It's just in this case, I'm going to need something. I'm going to need to know where I'm waking up to the next day after the fight, like the sort of the state of affairs. Because,
yeah.
like you say, if I decide not to watch it, if I think, oh, fuck this, it's too late, I can't be bothered with it, and then I get up the next morning and he's fucking killed the gun, then you're
I
just
mean,
going to be
mate,
like,
like people have
oh,
been saying, I've been saying about Jake Paul, like fight someone like in your weight class, like like someone inside the top 20, and then it's like
mm,
you've gone from like wanting to fight a fucking midget. And then you've gone like just fucking absolutely extreme, and like you're fighting one of the most dangerous punches that's been in boxing the last 10 years. It's like
yeah, last decade,
he's
yeah. Pound for pound,
absolutely, mate.
hardest
He's
hitting.
absolutely fucking touched that lad. He is. He is.
That's what I'm saying. No, is it a case of fucking, has he got too many yes men around him? Is his ego just out of control? Because you've got to think as well, like from what they've come from, and everything they've touched, him and his brother has pretty much turned to gold. And like, there's not been many failures whereby, I know he's had a few legal problems now, but there's nothing really what's ever happened that would make him even sit down and think like, am I getting a bit fucking carried away here? But he wants to be careful. He doesn't get so far carried away that he's getting carried out. How's that for a
That's the
fucking
thing I was going to
soundbite?
say, mate. It's like it's dangerous for him. So it's like so obviously his big thing now is that he's gone from like dancing on like a fucking Glee character, made millions of followers, and now he's trainers like his money makers like the boxing thing and that. And if it ended badly for him, mate, it's like, oh, what's he going to start doing then? Fucking, I don't know, like going into the river dancing or some shit. I don't know.
But what does it like? This is what's fucking with me. Like, what does he know that we don't? Because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and we've seen all his like Javon Davis has done a fantastic job of fucking basically exposing how Jake Paul is going about the fight game and out of the fight business. And it's basically, you're going to take a dive, you're going to get paid handsomely, you're going to say the right things, you're going to build the fight, you're going to pretend as Chew, and everyone's going to win. And like you said, Giovanni Davis has done a cracking job at exposing that. But what is going through his mind with this? I mean, like you say, you've got is it the fact that he knows it's going to be scripted? But I can't understand I can't understand AJ go for that. Or is he genuinely sat there going, watching AJ struggle against other professional world class heavyweights, by the way, and watching him struggle against.
Everyone knows how AJ fights better, and you'll know straight away, right? If it ain't him. And AJ's came up himself, hasn't he? He said like no mercy and blah blah. And I'm like, that sounds cold blooded. And it's like, is he gonna want to hurt him? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I can't see at the end being involved with it, because if it comes out it's scripted that, mate, that's a big hit for
it's
you know what I mean?
It's similar to boxing as well, because it's one thing putting these little showcases on where you're getting Tyson out retirement, or you're doing it against this celebrity, that MMA fighter. But this is his first, as far as I'm concerned, his first legit step into a legit boxing match. And if he'd have gone and said, like, do you know what, I'm going to go and have a fucking 8-rounder against Carlos Takam first, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah.
Even if he'd have said, like, oh, I'm going to go fight Tony Bellew, Carl Froch, someone who's been like retired a few years.
Derek Chisora, do you know what I mean? Like,
Del Boy would have no one. So Del Boy was on TalkSport this morning saying it's as everyone else said, Johnny Nelson would say, it's fucking dangerous. That's why they're having it in Miami, because they're just fucking give anyone the license fight, don't they?
Is that right? Is that why the location is risk? It's like, well, I suppose, like Vegas wouldn't touch you with a fucking barge ball. New York have only just let MMA back in after fucking 30 odd years, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? Up until recently. So, like, their state commission probably wouldn't fucking sanction it. California wouldn't touch it. So, it's fucking. You see the headline now, kind of Sunday morning: Florida man killed with one punch. But it's just, do you know what it is, right? It's the big show of it all, isn't it? And like you say, he could have gone to Misfits and just been the king of Misfits, couldn't he? Because he's obviously got more than them. But I don't think he's got enough to exist in the. He has
his own thing. Didn't he? Like the professional fighting stuff. Like you could make any fight you want in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know, mate. Like,
he's just. I think he's overreaching on this one. I really do. And like I say, unless they know something we don't behind the scenes, and in which case that is as equally as damaging for boxing as if AJ fucking kills him. But it's all one big show, isn't it? And speaking of one big show,
it's a quick turn on as well, mate. It's what, only a couple of weeks away, isn't it?
19th of December, isn't it? So what we're talking now?
3 weeks.
Well, it's pretty much 4 weeks a month. It's 19th today, isn't it? So it's 1 month away. But like I say, speaking of it being one big show, boxing at the box office, mate.
Yep.
Right. So it just got me to thinking, like, we were talking about boxing films a few weeks back, weren't we? And it got me to thinking, like, you can sit there and reel them off, but honestly, until you just type in Google boxing films, right? You don't realize like how many there's been. How many films, how many feature films, and most of them Hollywood sort of blockbuster funded, right? And then you compare to how many like football films there's been, or how many baseball films, or how many golf films, or how many MMA films, and it's just like, what is it about this sport that is so appealing to Hollywood, do you think?
Well, I brushed it out, mate. Like off live, I was saying, like, it's like it's why Batman's everyone's favorite superhero, because it's like everyone believes they can be him. Do you know what I mean? And that's what boxing is. It's like, because of where everyone comes from, like, naturally, it's like they come from nothing. Do you know what I mean? And they can.
Yeah, there's no superpowers there as such. It is literally built from the ground up. Yeah,
you can be it if like you dedicate your life to it. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's not out of reach. Like to a level. Do you know what I mean? It's relatable, mate. It's relatable.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I think as well, and obviously everyone, and it's like this debate I was having with JT as well, and it like boxing's like sort of like the as far as sports concerned, it's the oldest form of combat, and it's probably the most straightforward. You've got two hands, and you can use them. Do you know what I mean? And like it's on a level
Yeah.
where a wider audience understands the playing field. Like he
It's
can punch
because you
him,
get a
and he
stand
can punch him,
within a couple of feet of each other, mate, and look at the person in the
mm.
eye. Do you know what I mean? And
and it's sort of the drama rates itself, doesn't it? But like I
see
was
who's a
thinking
man
about.
at the end.
Well, that's it. It's like Rochambeau, innit? You know, like,
Yeah.
it's like the modern duel. But I was thinking, like, because when I started flipping through some boxing films, and like, obviously, we'll touch on a few sort of dramatizations shortly, right? But there's this massive, massive section of biopic films. Your Hurricane, your Raging Bulls, Ali. What else have we got? Bleed for This, Vinny Paz, the fighter.
That's right.
Obviously, what's he called? Mickey Ward. Hands of
Mickey Ward,
Stone, Roberto Duran, right? The films sort of write themselves, don't they? Because
yeah, of
if
course
you
you do.
know, like when you know boxing like we do, like when you don't just follow the event and the result, when you follow the people, the career, what's going on in the background, what's gone wrong.
Yeah,
Look at like all like it just seems to me that most top level boxers, not all, because without an exception, you don't have a rule, but most top level boxers generally lead chaotic as fuck lifestyle out the ring, whether it
yeah, they
be
do. Well,
relationship problems,
case in
substance
hand, mate.
abuse.
God rest his soul, Ricky Hatton. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, go on.
it's it's one of the things. Anyway, it's like you see it with like the geniuses of any sport, like Gazers. Do you know what I mean? It's like once that's gone, or in between, whatever, it's like they need something else to
Yeah, and it's not
keep
there, and that's what
them make a
that's what's
feeling
kept them
alive.
ticking.
Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, and it's like it's tragic in a way. Do you know what I mean? But it's like when that's all you've lived and breathed, mate, it's like what else is there? Do you know what I mean? It's like they
but
have kids, they have like everything, all the money in the world, and it's never enough.
I know, but that's what's mental as well as like how chaotic or how mental does your life have to be, where the one thing that keeps you living and keeps you sane is something as mad as boxing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Something as dangerous, something as brutal, something as just purely just fucking hard work.
probably because it's the like I said, mate. It's like the most. It's the thing that makes them feel that's ever felt the most alive. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, that's the yeah.
They're
The
not,
only the like
and it's
musicians are alive on the musicians are
trying to
alive on the
chase
stage. Boxers are alive in the ring, and yeah, yeah.
trying to chase something outside the ring that makes them feel alive again, i.e., women, drugs, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And it's like because they can't get to them levels of like I don't know, like adrenaline rush or whatever. It's like they just they just keep trying anything they can. Do you know what I mean? It's like they can't leave it behind.
So
They
do you
just
think
need.
it's like Hollywood glues to boxing as a sport more than it does any other because like it's like after work's done, the film sort of writes itself. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
like
just like obviously like
everything's based on a true story, and they have to
but like yeah, but there's different
pull
things.
a few
That's
things off. But
like Vinny Paz and stuff like that. That's like a completely different end of the spectrum. It's like if anyone does know about Vinny Paz and never seen the film Believe This, like you've got to like look it up. It's like what he did was fucking absolutely fucking mind blowing, and
it's
it just
it's mental to get your neck broken and be told
yeah
by a doctor that
yeah
basically you can't be a boxer anymore because your neck's healed. And one punch could either, well, if you're lucky, you'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of your
one
life, eating
knock in
through a
it when he
fucking
had the
straw.
big cage on his head and
The big
stuff like
cage
that,
on
and
is yeah, yeah.
said one knock
And then
could paralyze him from the neck down.
and then the best thing about it is like one knock can paralyze you from the neck down. So don't be a boxer anymore. Right, I'm gonna go and fight a middleweight Roy Jones. Like, are you fucking
Well, mate,
mental?
yeah, obviously like it's like obviously like he started training secret in his parents' basement, didn't he? And his trainer
Yeah.
was it Kevin Rooney? Was it?
Kevin
Who was
Rooney,
he
yeah,
training?
yeah.
Kevin
It
Rooney,
was
was it?
working with no, it was Kevin Rooney who used to work with Tyson with Thingy,
Yeah,
one of
and
Customato. Yeah.
obviously because he wanted to fuse his neck, didn't he? And said like couldn't like turn. He's like, I'm fucking none of that. I'm gonna go home and start fucking bench pressing with a cage on my head. And then, mate, lo and behold, like, how does he win his world title off? Hands of Stone. That's what he beat,
Yeah,
didn't he? For the
yeah.
world title.
What you get, it's just mental, isn't it? It's like one of them dare to be great. Like I think that touches into why it's such a compelling sport because the gambles that these people take. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
'Cause it's like you said, it's dare to be great, and like literally in this case, you're either going to get everything you've ever dreamed of, or you're just going to be an absolute dribbling spastic. Like it's just like that for me. Doesn't seem like good odds. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't
like
seem
I
like good
say,
odds at
mate,
all.
it's like, and that's all I know, mate. And it's like, that's the wake up being that fucking animal, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Like, they just want
Yeah.
to wake up and want to have
But
some cunt.
But as far as the biopics are concerned, for anyone watching, I would say if they've not seen Bleed for this, definitely go and watch Bleed for
Yeah,
this. Definitely go and watch. I know The Hurricane isn't as such a boxing film, but it is a film about a boxer. It's more of a sort of
yeah,
courtroom drama, but it's Denzel Washington in it, and like it's
yeah.
Reuben Carter, fucking great film. Raging
It
Bull,
is a
you
good
know,
one.
if you've not seen Raging Bull, then like we probably can't even be having discussions or conversations, to be honest with you. Hands of Stone, we've mentioned, good, like the fight. They're all good films.
Yeah.
But we've also got the sort of like the dramatized Hollywood films, and I think
Rocky, innit?
but for me, right, like, I don't know whether you'd agree with this, right, but for every boxing
One to
fan,
four, the rest are
right,
fucking shit.
well, yeah, they are, right. But what I was just going to say there is, with every boxing fan, when you speak to them, if they're being honest, right, they'd be lying if they didn't say that the Rocky films first fucking planted that seed of interest in the sport in their
Oh,
brain.
yeah, 100%, mate. 100%.
Because
I used
if
to
you're
knock
a
fuck out
boxer,
me. I used to knock fuck out me little brother every time I watch Rocky.
get off of me 6 months.
I had no gloves, mate, so I used to put fucking arm slippers on my hands. Have that, have that.
Slippers, fucking quality. Was it them ones where it was the big guy with the pusher with the cigar coming out of his mouth? Like, was it like the ones that
uh,
you had for 20 years? And it was basically like just putting cling film around your hands. Like,
in with the right hook, you end up with a baruch in plaster stuck in his cheek.
okay, God. I don't even know where to go from that, to be honest with you, mate. But yeah, obviously you've got the Rocky series, the Creed series. It's right. It's
Thing it was
honestly
watchable was the Southpaw. That wasn't too.
Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal. That was a decent film,
Yeah.
but again, that was a film that should be shite. And is it a case that just because we're boxing fans, we thought, yeah, it was a good watch that? But I suppose you're better off asking a non-boxing fan whether it's a good film or not. But I thought it was a decent like boxing film as such. But everyone knows about the Rockies. Everyone knows about the Creeds. But
I mean,
everyone
the
knows
Rocky
about
films made Sly Stallone think he's a professional boxer. That's how good that was. You know what I mean?
Yo, Rocco. I tell you what, if you haven't seen Eddie
That
Murphy's
fucking
bit,
statue became a fucking actual real thing.
I know it's ridiculous, but no, like obviously Eddie Murphy's bit in it where he's on about, you've just seen Rocky, huh? The little, listen here, little Italian American white man. um, but everyone knows Daniel Day Lewis, but if you've not seen a film called The
Ah,
Boxer, starring
yep.
Daniel Day Lewis, right? Fuck me, like it's obviously just to paint the picture. It's set
Daniel Day
in
Lewis, well, innit?
well, this is it, but it's set in Belfast in it, and it's around like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sort of height of the IRA tensions. He
What a
was a
film.
promise. He played
What
it.
a film.
it Oh, it's quality. I might even stick it on after this, to be honest with you. But like, obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, he plays a young. Well, he was a young, talented fighter, wasn't he? Coming up, but he was also involved in the sort of terrorism side of the troubles that they had in Northern Ireland at the time. And he went to jail for whatever reason. Then he comes out. Basically, he realizes sort of like it's pointless, like fighting over religion. I'm going to just put my energy into boxing. But because it's Daniel Day Lewis, you know where I'm going to go with this as well. He's a method actor, isn't he? And obviously, anything he says he's going to do, that's why his roles are so few and far between. He needs to get his teeth into it. Have you seen him on the pads from when he was like
Oh, yeah, I've
because
actually, yeah.
he went spent like 12 months in one of the like toughest fucking boxing gyms in like Northern Ireland, didn't he? and just essentially just learned how to fucking box. And you see, like actors will learn bits, won't they? You know, and you'll see them, and you'll go like, I see. Do you know when Usher was playing Sugar Ray Leonard?
He did a similar thing for the Gangs of New York as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He goes into character and he learns these things. But what I was going to say there, sorry, just touching it, is I remember seeing Usher played Sugar Ray Leonard, didn't he, in Hands of Stone? I'm sure he did. And he learned how a bit. And I seen him on the pads and you're like, do you know what? Like, fuck, like doing that. Like, because people don't understand that even just being on the pads, you can just look and see whether someone's got it or not. You know what I mean?
Don't let Jake Paul say that, mate. It'll be his next fight.
Fuck off. Big fucking Veruca plaster. Hit him with one of fucking lot. Hit him one of those fucking old work boots. But when you see, like, I wonder if you can find the footage. It'll be on YouTube somewhere. It'll be on somewhere like Daniel Day-Lewis on the pads, just hitting pads doing combos, and you would not be able to tell the difference between him and, I would say, a sort of top 10 contender in any given fucking weight class. The way you see the time and the speed, the rhythm, the distance, the physique he got into.
It's decent.
But it's also a very, very good film as well. And the fight scenes are very, very, very good. So yeah, if you've not seen The Boxer, starring I think it was 1997, it was out. If you need any more sort of fucking pointers towards it, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, get that. I'm sure it's on your secret platforms that nobody has.
Ones you don't have to give your ID for.
They're the best ones.
I got a fake ID.
And a callus on
my little brother's face on it.
What's is there any I haven't any films there, any sort of dramatization films I haven't mentioned otherwise that deserve a shout?
No, I think we've covered like the ones that are worth mentioning there, to be fair.
Yeah. But now, like I say, it's like anyone, I just think like a childhood staple in it. It's Rocky. You've got to watch the Rocky films, and like I say, but no, it got me to thinking, like, why is this sport so alluring to just Hollywood directors, producers, scriptwriters? And like I say, it's the drama is already there. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's like a colouring book. You just have to choose your colours in between the lines.
It follows the sport itself, mate, doesn't it? It's the money.
Yeah,
people pay to watch fights. They'll pay to watch a decent biopic or like a fictionalized film of boxing as well, if it's well written.
No, it's true. And obviously, if we've missed any, or I guarantee you would have probably seen them, but if we've missed any and you think about it, leave us a comment under the video on YouTube. And then obviously, if it's one I haven't seen, I'll definitely go and watch it. Because I think I've seen nearly about them all now. But obviously, we're getting on now, mate. Looking at final words. Just looking at, obviously, it's going to be another 2 weeks before we do this. Am I right in thinking that we've got Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde next?
We have.
And do you have anything shocking or out of the ordinary to say about how that's going to
go? It's
too
much to get into, mate. 53 minutes in.
Well, all I'll say is Anthony Yarde is game as fuck, and you're guaranteed a good fight.
He is, and like I said, we've seen him step up before. Do you know what I mean? Like, something can just click in a fight, and then he gives the best performance that he didn't even know he could do. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a decent fucking scrap.
If we manage to pull it off, that would be up there with, as far as upsets are concerned, that'd be. I think that would. Oh, he's up for you. If Anthony Yarde beats David Benavidez, right?
We'll have to rerun the upsets pod we did a few weeks back.
Is that a bigger upset than Andrew Ruiz doing AJ?
Nah. AJ was too big of a star, mate. At the time. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think because AJ was such a fucking he's a superstar with obviously a wider appeal, a wider audience. And obviously, you've got to be into
Yeah, that's what I mean by like. That's what like as a boxing fan. As a boxing fan, you might think like we might think we'd see it as a bigger upset. I mean, but like as a bigger upset in the history, you would obviously say the Ruiz AJ one, just for like
yeah. I think I would be probably more shocked if Anthony had
100% because I said
Benavidez
Ruiz would
over.
beat Anthony Joshua anyway in the first fight.
Fucking hell, it's like he's like the Oracle of fucking Matrix, isn't he?
I am, mate. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? I'll make some fucking cookies and shit.
Yeah, so yeah, I think we've covered everything there, mate. So obviously we're going to be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll get to talk about whatever went down between Benavidez and Yard.
We'll get another fantasy fight on the go as well next time.
Yeah, I wanted to do that every week, but then I was thinking like, I wanted to.
It's easy though when we haven't had a bigger fight. Like obviously that's
it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? There's been too much to talk about since we last got in front of the cameras in there. But we'll get back to the fantasy league. The fantasy league next time we're on in 2 weeks' time. So so obviously you've been watching the Belt Don't Gas with Blunt and Matty. Like I say, we had the badge last night. I jumped on the badge. If you haven't seen that, it was a good episode. That was fun.
Not as good as this, but yeah, it was all right.
Man, he's brand loyal. What can I say? He's brand loyal. And we've got obviously the Dogcast podcast tomorrow night, 9 p.m. As always, like, share, subscribe. Even if you don't like us, just give us a share on social media. It really helps us out. And if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, that'd be brilliant. And once again, thanks for jumping on, bro.
All right.
And I will speak to you in person before the next time I see you on here. So anyone that's watched, thank you very much. And this has been the Belt. Seconds out.
No, people.